So first of all, there are two ways. Either you click on File, New Virtual Machine, or there is a window, Create a Virtual Machine. So if you have your machine already set up, you can open your virtual machine from here. But if you are creating a new one, you have to create a virtual machine from here. Click here, and there are two options, typical and custom. Custom is for advanced user. Typical is if you are new to this virtual wizard or this workstation, and you can select typical, press next. It will ask for the operating system file from where you will install operating system. So if you have a DVD of the operating system, you can insert, it will pick up automatically. If you have the ISO file is nothing but it's like let's say we have a Microsoft Word file. So the extension of a Word file is doc, and if you are working on a text file, the extension of the text file is .txt. Similarly, when we have our operating system, something like that, the big softwares, they have their extension as ISO. Okay, so I'll show you from where you have to download the ISO file for Linux. So let's say you have it downloaded already in your machine. So you have to browse it and you have to select that ISO file. If you don't have it, no problem. You can click this option, I will install the operating system later. Okay, select this option and press next. Okay, now it will ask you about select a guest operating system. As in my previous class, I have shared that Windows on which you have installed VMware is your host operating system, and the operating system you are going to install in VMware or any virtual environment, then you have to select that operating system will be called as guest operating system. Okay, now it's asking for what type of guest operating system you are going to install. It could be Microsoft Windows, it could be Linux, it could be NetWare, it could be Solaris, it could be VMware ESX or others. So we are going to install Linux, so we will select Linux. After that you have to select what type of Linux you are going to install, right? So there are many types of operating system available. So you have to select which one you are looking for or which one you are going to install. So we installed Red Hat Linux 6 64-bit operating systems. You have to select this one. You can see if there is nothing, that means there's a 32-bit operating system. When 64-bit, it will be visible. So we installed we downloaded 64-bit operating system. So we have to select this option, and we have to press next. Now in the next window, we have to specify a name. In my machine, I have configured the name as machine 1, right? You guys can configure machine 2. It's asking for some location. Why do we need to put some location? Why? Because now you are going to install an operating system. So it will take some space. So virtual machine has its own files where it will keep everything. So you are going to install Linux on it, you are going to install Oracle on it, and you will have to install multiple things on it. So it will have some space. It will take some space from your host operating system. Host operating system is nothing but your Windows. So it will take some space from there. So to have those files, there's a default location. You can choose this one, or you can create your own location, because it's good to have your own location. So if you'll see, I have already created this folder for my machine 1. So it has it already. Okay, now if you want to create something else, let's say machine 2, like this, machine 2, then create a folder here, go inside the folder, select this location, Control C, and put it here. So now whatever we are going to do in this machine, that will be stored in this location. Okay, press next. Now it's asking for what type, how much disk size you want. So now when you go in a market to buy a laptop, then you have your own configuration that you want 1 terabyte hard disk, you want 500 GB hard disk or something like that. So here you're creating a virtual environment. So the virtual environment have everything which you have in your laptop, everything, RAM, disk, processor, everything. So let's say I know 50 GB or 60 GB is enough for our test environment. So I'll configure 60 GB. So in this case, I'm purchasing a hard disk of 60 GB. Okay, because this VMware is going to take everything from my host machine. So it will take 60 GB from the C drive. So as of now we have C drive which is 846 GB free. So it will take 60 GB, though it will not use 60 GB in one go. So it will keep on taking the space when it's required. So it will not take 60 GB, but it's up to 60 GB. So let's say it will use 5 GB initially. So if I'll install some software, it will take let's say 1 GB more. So like that, it will increase up to 60 GB. So split virtual disk into multiple files. This is the option you have to select. Why? Because if you will do store virtual disk as a single file, so 60 GB space will be taken immediately. But we don't want that. We want that if we are using 20 GB out of 60 GB, only 20 GB should be used from the host operating system. And the benefit of having multiple files is, let's say if you create one single file and somehow that file is corrupted, then the complete operating system will go away. So it's a good idea to always configure split virtual disk into multiple files. So why do we need disk? So the hard disk you purchase, that is a hard disk, so raw material, right? In this case, we are going to assign virtual disk because we are going to have virtual data in these disk files. So I'll configure this one. Okay, split virtual disk into multiple files. This option you have to select, and you have to click on next. Okay, so now it will look like this. Then you have to click on customize hardware. Okay, now it will ask for how much RAM you are going to assign this machine. So I'm going to assign 4 GB. So 4096, I'm going to assign 4 GB RAM to this machine. So let's say I'm going to purchase a laptop of 4 GB RAM, 60 GB hard disk. Second option is processor. Now if you want to see the processor type, then you can go here, task manager, right? So this machine has okay, so this machine has quad core. You see CPU 3, CPU 4, CPU 1 and CPU 0. So this system has quad core, means 4 cores are there, the CPU. So one CPU with 4 cores. So in big servers you have dual CPU and 8 cores, 16 cores in big servers, right? So today, I think yesterday, Intel has released a processor with 16 cores, the maximum, and with 2020 cores also with a new processor. So now you would like to assign processors here. So don't change it as of now, though you can change it here. Number of processors, number of core per processor. So if you configure everything to this virtual machine, then the performance of your host operating system will degrade. So it's better to give number of processor 1, number of cores per processor 1. It's okay for now. Okay. DVDs, CD DVD. we will use ISO file later on, so I'll check this option later on. Network adapter is nothing but your LAN cable. So let's say you're going to use internet or you're going to use LAN, right, in your machine internally. So for that, this is a configuration. USB controller, sound card, and everything. Whatever you get in a in a laptop, you will get everything here, right? Display is auto detect. It will detect automatically the best display for this machine. So all these configuration, let it be by default. Click on close, and after if you are done, so 60 GB hard disk, 4 GB RAM, network rate of NAT, click on finish, right? You see the machine has been created here, which is machine 2. But this machine, so let's say now you have a laptop, blank laptop, where you have 4 GB RAM, 60 GB hard disk, and all this configuration. If you want to change, let's say you want to increase your RAM, you will click here. It will open the settings and you can increase, right? But don't go beyond your host operating system. So your host operating system has 16 GB of RAM, so you don't go beyond that, okay? So now the machine is ready. Now what we have to do is we have to select operating system and we have to start installing our operating system. Right, so for that, to install your operating system, though I will provide you that operating system file to install, because you guys cannot have that access as of now, that where you can download and install your Linux, but still I'll show you. There is a website given by Oracle, edelivery.oracle.com. So that will be used to download Linux also. Give me 1 second, please. Okay, so we have this. So you have to click on sign in. You guys please go on this website and register yourself with your email ID. So you will be able to download the softwares. Click on sign in here. So I think I downloaded the software in this machine. That's why my email ID is coming here. So that's my email ID. So official email ID. So let me use my credentials. Click on sign in. So you'll get this screen, right? You will get your email ID here. Once you will register yourself, edelivery.oracle.com. Write down this email, this web address where you have to register yourself if you are planning to download Oracle and Linux. Then here you have to type Oracle Linux, and then you will see a lot of versions are available, but you have to scroll down and you will see the version 7.1, Oracle Linux 7, 6.9, 6.8. The options are available. Click on 6.9. Don't go for 7 or 7.1 for now. Click here. Once it's selected, you click on select platform. In select platform, it will ask for 32-bit or 64-bit. What type of operating system you are planning to download? So click on 64-bit, then click on select. The 64-bit operating system will be selected. Click on continue. Right? Again continue. Then I have reviewed, accept, and terms and conditions and all that. click here and click continue. Now you'll see there are few files to be downloaded, but we don't need every file. Uncheck all files. So which one do we need for our purpose? So DVD1, DVD2 is a source code, means you can download this, you can customize your source code, and you can have your own operating system. So which we do not need as of now. So the third option is what we are looking for, because if you'll see the fourth option, it's something else. It's a boot ISO image which you don't need, right? And the next option is also boot ISO image, and you'll see the size is very less. So anyway, this is not going to serve our purpose. Last is readme file, which is also we don't want. The maximum size is 3.8 GB for this operating system, so we have to check this one, right? You can remember the file name v860937-01, right? After you check this one, click on download. So instead of downloading 9.9 GB, you have to only specify the file which you actually need. So 3.8 GB is the actual file size. Click on download. Oh, I think he has blocked the pop-up. I'm allowing the pop-up, always allow pop-ups from this. Click this one, done. Then click again, download. It's asking for installing the installer. Click download the installer, installer.exe. Click here. Safe. Norton is saying it's safe. I agree. Next. Let this software to be downloaded, and then you can specify a folder. Let's say download. Let me create a folder here. See, this is the software which if you guys remember, I'll ask everyone to download this software, VM Workstation. Though once you install it, you will not have the key. I have the key with me. So this is a software which I was mentioning that you have to download. Okay, so OS, I created a folder, and then download this file in this folder. Save. Close. Now this, you'll see it will start downloading the software. And say do not close this window while downloading. All progress will be lost and your downloads will be terminated. So don't close this. Automatically open when complete. You can click on this. So it will be done soon. So minimize this for now. So this portion is done. So we downloaded our Linux image, the ISO file. You see the .iso. The extension of this operating system is ISO, right? So close this one. The portion of this is over. Close this one. Click on sign out. Just make sure you guys make your own account here so that you can also download. You can close this one. The purpose of this is over. So once we have this Linux file downloaded, what we have to do is we have to click here edit virtual machine settings. Then we have to go CD DVD option, and then we have to click on here, use ISO image file, and then we have to browse the file which is getting downloaded as of now. Go to downloads, go to OS, and then the file will be ready in a while. So we'll select that one, and then it will be visible here, the location with the file. We'll click OK. After we click OK, then we have to power on this virtual machine. So now we have this blank laptop ready with us, and now we are going to install a Linux operating system, right? Most of you guys, when you got your laptop from the market, you guys got your Windows 10 already installed. I don't think so if any of you have ever installed any operating system, right? But now the time has come where you guys have to install operating system, right? So you should know from where you have to download, from where you have to configure all those things. Normally, if you'll go in a company, this portion is done by system admins. You guys are not supposed to do all this, but yes, I'm just telling you guys because you guys have to prepare this virtual environment at your home so that you can practice. So you are working on this file since the time we started this class. So at least you guys must know what we have been doing. Otherwise, there is no purpose of telling this, creating the machine and all that. It's just we have been using it. So at least whatever we are using, we should know what is this and what is the purpose of it. That's the only motive that I am teaching you guys how to create virtual machine, how to download Linux, how to install Linux and all that. Because just we are doing it at home. But once you are selected as a DBA in any company, they won't ask you to configure Linux. They won't ask you to install Linux because that's not your job. That's not your responsibilities. But yes, if you guys know it, then it's always better. It's always better to know more than less, right? So this everything will be set up in your working environment. They will give you, as I said before, they will give you IP address to connect to Oracle database server, right? So you will have to connect through PuTTY, through SQL developer, through multiple tools. You will connect to your Oracle database server, right? You are not bothered about what is operating system and even though you have to execute multiple operating system, but still you are not bothered about much because they won't even give you the administrator account. They will only give you Oracle account max to max, or they will give you some admin account from where you can manage your Oracle database. Let's say if you go in a company, they won't give you the admin access of your Windows machine. They create an account. They create an account with some limited features so that no one can install any software. Why? Because if they'll give admin account, anyone can install anything, and then virus can come out in everyone's machine. If one machine is enough to corrupt the network, the complete network. That's why in the companies they don't give non-IT people an admin account, because they know if they'll give it, someone will try to install the software, and they will also have virus installed along with the software that will impact the whole network, right? So that's why in the companies, normally if you are using Windows, they won't give you an admin account. They will give you one limited account from where you can do your task. That's the main purpose of not giving admin account to non-IT people. Even IT people also they don't give. So if in case you want to have some software installed, you have to tell them, you have to send an email to them that I'm looking for this software to be installed in my machine. So kindly install in my PC. So they will come to your PC, or they have the capability that while sitting at the seat they can install the software on your machine. They don't have to come and visit you. You just need to tell them, because nowadays the Windows Microsoft has launched a lot of things where the admins don't have to visit everyone's PC. They can install it. They can install anything from their seat. So the file has been downloaded. Click open. We'll see. Oh, anyways, this file we don't want to open as such. So just go to the location, and you'll see in the folder OS the file has been downloaded. Okay. So this is our operating system. If you don't remember this, you can create a readme file. This is what I do. If you guys want to follow the same thing, you can do that. Readme file. So let's say select this for your own, like you will remember this readme file, and you can just mention it. This is Oracle Linux 6.9 version 64-bit. You can just note down this, save it, and close it, because you will not remember what code is it, so it's better to have readme file. And this is Oracle, and so that you will remember later on that you downloaded this, right? This is Oracle 6.9 version 64-bit, downloaded from edelivery.oracle.com. Okay, so this is how you can maintain your softwares. You can have multiple software in this, and then you can create a readme file with each file. Or what you can do is you can rename this file. If you don't want to keep readme file, you can rename this file. It's up to you, right? But later on you will lose this code. If you are trying to tell someone that download this file, you need to remember this number. If you're going to tell someone that this is the file you have to download from Oracle website, so this is the number you have to remember. So it's good to have this number with you. So now this file has been downloaded. So now you have to select virtual machine settings and click auto detect here, and then click ISO image file, select, click on browse, go to downloads, click on OS, and then you'll see the file is there. Select this one, click open. Now the location has been selected with the ISO file. Click on OK. Right. So now I'll click on power on this machine. It will start the operating system to be installed. Okay. Click on power on this virtual machine. Now you'll see this. If you'll not press any button, it will start automatic boot in 55 seconds. Now if you have to go inside the machine, you have to click left click. It will go inside. I'm pressing enter. You'll see the first option is install or upgrade an existing system. So we don't have anything to upgrade, so definitely we'll install something. Press enter. So Linux is getting installed today. Though it will surpass our time today, it will take time to download, install. Let's see. Okay. So now it's like you are installing a Linux operating system in the blank machine. So it says, are you sure that this file is not corrupted or something like that? I'm sure it's not corrupted, so I'll click skip. I don't want to verify this. So media detected, so it's okay. To come out from this machine, you have to click on Control plus Alt. so that you can use your Windows machine. You want to do something inside, you have to click mouse, left click, and you will go inside. You have to come out, press Control Alt, you will come out, right? To remove this warning, click I finish installing. Okay, now you can see Oracle Linux 6. Click on next. Language is English. Next. US English. Next. In this option you have to click on basic storage devices. Okay. Click next. Now it says it has detected the 60 GB hard disk. So would you like to remove everything from this? So it says, are you sure this device does not contain any valuable data? Right? So I'm sure about it. So you see 61440 MB. That means 60 GB. So I want to discard any data which is in there. Select this one, press enter. This is the host name. Host name is nothing but your machine name. So I am giving a machine name here, machine2.oragyan.com. The previous machine which we have, machine 1, that has the same name but machine1.oragyan.com. You can keep any name but give a standard format. Machine name dot a domain. Domain is nothing but your company name or something like that, right? So next, it will ask for the, let's say if I'm in a different country, I have to select that one. Anyways, you guys are in America, so this option is okay for you guys. Press next. Now the root password. Root password is nothing but the admin account. Root is an admin account in case of Linux. Let's say we have admin account in Windows, so we have root account in Linux that is responsible for every operation we do in Linux operating system. So I'm putting any password. Let's say root 123, root 123, confirm password. Those password is not strong and you will not find out this password in your working environment so easily. They keep this password the strongest one and the toughest one so that no one can crack it. But this is a working environment. We can have simple passwords, not to worry about it. Press next. It says you have provided a weak password. It is based on your username. Doesn't matter for us because anyways we are not going to access it from somewhere else. Use anyway. Now in this there are a lot of options that I cannot tell you guys because this is beyond the scope of this Linux thing. But yes, the best thing is to create custom layout. All other options is for advanced users. We don't have to learn that one for now because anyway this is not the job you have to do. So select the custom layout. That's the best one because you are going to create custom, like you know what you have to do. If you're a new user, you can select on any of them from the top and then click on next. But we are selecting create custom layout. Press next. Now you see we have 60 GB hard disk available, right? So I have to select this and then now in Linux we have to select we have to select mount point. Let's say in Windows we have mount point, which you guys never bothered about. So in Windows we have mount point as C, D, and there are people they have multiple drives C, D, E. So in Linux those drives are called as mount point. Okay, mount point. So in Linux there are two mount points which are very important, right? And we'll create first one for now. Let's say click after selecting this option, click on create. Okay, then This is standard partition. After selecting standard partition, click on create. Then you have to select on file system type. Select swap from this. Swap memory is nothing but it's a virtual memory for Linux, right? And it has it should be double of your physical RAM. And how much physical RAM which we have assigned to this machine? We have assigned 4 GB physical RAM assigned to this machine, so that should be 8 GB. Swap memory must be 8 GB. So this size will be fixed size. Let me put some size here. So 8 GB is equal to 8192 MB. So it will be a fixed size. Okay. After giving this, click OK. See, you guys are looking this for the first time, so I'm sure you will not find out so easy. But yes, that's how it is. If you'll do one or 2 or 3 times, you'll get to know what is this. And then again select create and click on create here again. The next partition is root partition. So the symbol of root partition is slash. You have to type, or you can just scroll down from here. You can find out there are many options available: boot, home, temp. Select the slash one. Slash is nothing but your root. File system type is what type of file system you will have in your operating system. So if you want to know what file system you use, I love you. In Windows, then you have to click here, click on properties. You see the file system we use in Windows is NTFS. You guys never bothered about it, but today you have to know all this. So file system is NTFS. It's a new technology file system, right? So previously Windows was using FAT, file access table. So previously they were using FAT, but by the time the hard disk size has increased up to 2 terabytes, now they have this new NTFS file system. So in case of Linux, the file system is different, because Linux is a different operating system, Windows is a different operating system. So we have a different file system in case of Linux. So by default is ext4, which is we are going to use, and then we are going to assign all the hard disk to this root partition. So fill to maximum allowable size. After this, force to be a primary partition, because I want that my Linux system must boot from this partition, right? Don't worry if you guys are not getting it. At least you have to see this, and you have to do it at least 5-6 times to understand this, right? So this is a new thing, so every new thing will take time. Click OK here. So now we have 2 partitions, SDA1, SDA2. You can see here, SDA1, SDA2, right? In case of Linux, in case of Windows, we denote our drives in C, D, E in terms of that. But in case of Linux, we have SDA1, SDA2 in this format. That's the only change you will find out in Linux and Windows operating system. The file system is different, and file system is nothing but the way you store your files, right? So in Linux we store files in a different way. In Windows we store files in a different way, right? So this portion is and then after that you have to click on next. So it says that everything will be removed from this partition. So you are fine with that. Click on format, and then you have to select write changes to disk, right? So it will start creating your file system, right? This portion is okay. Click on next, right? From this portion you have to select database server, second option, right? From the second window you have to select Oracle Linux server, it's okay. Then you have to select customize now, then press next, right? So we have few settings, we have a few applications to be installed as per our Linux installation. So on the left hand side you will see the main settings, and the right hand side you will see sub settings. So in the base settings we have this backup clients, base, compatibility libraries, console, and this all these settings, right? So if you want to select everything you can select that one, but it will take time to install. It will take space from your hard disk, right? So in this settings we don't have to select anything. The default options are okay, right? Now go back to the main setting and click on server, then check sub settings if you want anything, right? Everything is okay from this also. Web service, okay, it's okay, we don't want to select anything. Database, we don't want any websites, any other database to be selected, just remove that one. System management, we don't want anything. Virtualization, we don't want anything. Desktop, this is something which is very important. Click on sub settings and then press desktop. Click desktop, click on desktop platform, click general purpose desktop, click graphical administration tools, then click on X window system, which is very important. If you will miss these options you will not get the GUI interface, so it's very important. Okay, these options, and then check application, select Emacs, select internet browser, right? Then click on development, click on desktop platform development, click on development tools, then select other options, EK4 kernel repo, we don't want that one. Click languages, if you want any other language apart from English you can select that one. And after we are done we have to click next. So it will check the dependencies. And it will start installing your Linux operating system. So that's how it will be. It will take time to have it installed. If you guys have any questions, please speak up. Any questions, guys? So everyone understood everything, I believe. If there is no question.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to take a while for us to get to know more about it. But if you have any step by step how to go about it, we will take our time and then go through it so that we'll be able to install it. Because this is like it will take a while for us to get it.
I know, but whatever I said, you understood or not? It's okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it will take
Yeah.
time. I understand. That's quite practical. So there is my blog is there. So I'll show you guys. In my blog, you'll find out everything, but still I'll show you guys. See how to set up virtual machine in VMware Workstation 9, and we are using 12 as of now. See, I created this in 2013, right? So the look and feel is almost same, so you'll not face any problem as such. So how to set up virtual machine in VMware Workstation 9 to install operating system. This is what we discussed today. I will install operating system later and all that, Linux and all this, right? So I used 6.3 in 2013 and today we used 6.9, so not much of a difference, right? So this is a link you can follow where you can see step by step, right? So everything you will see here which I did today. Right, this is my blog, right? After that, how to install Oracle, that is also covered, which we will discuss later on after this Linux gets installed. Then you will see everything. See, this is what we did today, right? Everything you will find out how to install Linux. So host name, timings, password, create custom layout, select this option, though this option is little bit different which I did today. So right, all these options you'll find out here. You see everything will come up. As of now we are in this position, right? We are in this position that Linux is getting installed. So you can find out, this is my blog, get some Oracle, wordpress.com, and you can search. Otherwise I'll share this link. I'll share through Quasi's account. Right? Okay, satisfied? Trempong,
Yes.
it's okay now?
Yeah. So I'll go on your link and then go through it.
Yeah, go through it and see. Anyways, if you have any questions, you can ping me.
Okay.
But of course you have to do it. You have to do it 5-6 times. I have done it more than 500 times, so I know everything as of now. But since there was a day when I did first time, so you guys have to start it, and trust me, 5-6 times and you will be able to understand everything.
Okay.
So don't worry about it. Anyways, as I said, you don't have to do it in your real environment, but it's just if you guys know it, it's good to know. It's good to have more knowledge than less knowledge. So this is the extra stuff you're learning.
Okay.
Kwesi, you understood?
I understood. But like the link will do a lot of help too. You know, so I
Yeah.
can practice more to cover myself mentally.
The only thing which I have to convey, whatever you guys do, take a snapshot and create a document so that if in case you guys face any problem, you can show it to me.
Okay.
Otherwise, I will not understand what you guys have done. So whatever you do step by step, take a snapshot, take a screenshot, put it in the folder or put it in the Word file. And if you are stuck somewhere, that show me this is what you did, so that I will understand where you guys have stuck. So that thing, please remember it. Otherwise, if you will say I am facing this problem, I am facing that problem, I won't be able to solve it because you guys, I will not get to know what you guys have done. So it's better to have snapshots to show it to me so that I can see the error and fix it for you guys. So it will take time though. So I think let me pause this installation for now and we'll start this installation tomorrow so that we can continue the next portion of it. So I pause this machine and we'll resume this machine tomorrow again so that we can have this installation continue. If in case it fails, we'll do the first thing, this thing tomorrow so that it will get installed in the time we have and we'll continue from there. So after this Linux gets installed, then we'll set up our Oracle and then we'll start our DBA thing. There are a few commands which I need to tell you guys, because if you guys don't know the commands of Linux, then you guys cannot configure Oracle and you guys cannot work on Oracle DBA thing. To work on Oracle DBA, then you have to understand few commands, right? So there are 25 commands which you guys have to learn. Okay, any questions from Daniel? Ojais? Okay, so I believe nobody has any other questions, so I'll wrap up.
Correct. I think I have a problem with my putty again, like it happened last time.
Frampong, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me show me your machine. I'll see what problem you're facing so that everyone can see. Let me make you the presenter.
Okay, let me give you my. It's restarted, so I have a different password for the team viewer again.
No, just I'm making the presenter. Just first of all, select the option show my screen. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So I made you the presenter. Are you getting this option? Show your screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Click on that.
Okay.
Okay. Minimize this. Minimize team viewer. Okay. Click on your machine inside. Click right click. No, go inside. Go inside in Linux. Right click. Click on open in terminal. Yeah, give the command ifconfig. Type ifconfig. Config. ifconfig.
Oh, ifconfig IG. Okay, sorry.
Enter. Okay, the IP of your machine is 192.168.0.101. Okay, now
Right.
go to Putty and show me what is the problem.
Okay, this is the problem. As soon as I hit Tiger, after the username, then it gives me this information.
See, I have told this thing 2-3 times. I think you guys don't pay attention. It says Oracle not available. That means your Oracle is not up. Your Oracle is not started.
I signed it on.
You signed on, but the thing is you have restarted your machine. So once you restart your machine, the Oracle will go down automatically.
Oh, okay.
So you have to start this up. Okay, Control C. Press Control C and press Enter. Yeah, Enter. Control C will take you out from that prompt. Type SQL plus. One second. You see, I put something in the chat window. You can see SQL plus as /sysdba. Check your chat of GoToMeeting.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Control C. Control C, come out of it and type the same thing which I have given in the chat. What happened? Yeah, Control C and press Enter. Control C, not C. The way you did before, Control C.
Okay.
Click on putty first. Then select the window first. Select the putty window first. Yeah, Control C.
I don't know, for some reason it's not allowing me to do it.
Click right click on putty.
Okay.
Okay.
Control C now.
No, Control C is okay. You came out. Your motive was to come out, right?
Yeah.
Now type the thing which I have given. SQL plus. Don't press Enter. SQL plus space slash forward slash Why are you pressing shift? Just press slash forward slash.
Okay. Okay.
Space as space sysdba. sysdba. Enter. Now you connect it to an idle instance. Click start up. STARTUP. Start up. Enter. So you see it's starting up.
Right.
Yeah, so it says database mounted, and that's the next thing will come, database opened. Right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yes.
Now type exit. Now your Oracle has been started.
Yeah. So enter exit.
Yeah, exit and enter.
Okay.
Now type the same thing, SQL plus Scott Tiger, the way which you do to connect to Scott user.
Okay.
Got it?
Connected. Thank you. Yep.
So at least from now on, if you face that problem, you have to start your database.
Okay. So anytime your computer restarted, this is how it's going to be. I'm going to face this kind of problems.
Yes, if you restart your machine, that Oracle will come down. So then you will face this problem. So you have to start your database.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, guys, cool then. We will resume our installation tomorrow. Till then, take care. Bye-bye, everyone.
All right.